Hello everyone. Let's talk about learning disabilities. When we hear the word learning disabilities, we also know it by other names: dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. Actually, all of these terms, dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, are subparts of learning disabilities. When we look at learning disabilities as a medical diagnosis, we use this umbrella term of learning disabilities. But in educational fraternity, in school systems, dyslexia, dysgraphia are much more common terms that we hear about. To know that when we look at learning disabilities, it is about academic struggles that children have in quite early in their schools to master academic skills of reading, writing or mathematics. Generally, it's a trend that students start showing more stark struggles by the time they reach 3rd, 4th or 5th grade. Children having severe deficits will start showing struggles to us as early as kindergarten or grade 1. We need to know that when we look at learning disabilities as the umbrella term, we are particularly looking at academic struggles, which is them not getting enough marks, or they are not able to show us that they've learned the material that we are trying to teach them in the school curricula. Another important thing to know about learning disabilities is that this group of students otherwise would be having average or above average intelligence, which means when we look at this group of students away from academics, in other fields, when we talk to them, when we interact with them, when we see them with their peer groups, we are not able to detect any difficulty whatsoever that they have. So this is about them having enough intelligence to navigate through all other aspects of life without any support. And this aspect of children with learning disabilities confuse us parents and teachers a lot, because we look at their smartness, we look at their naughtiness, we look at their Hindi word we say jugaad, that they are able to come up with in everyday life, and then we say they must be fooling us. They are not trying hard enough. They are being lazy. When it comes to academics, they don't want to put the effort. They are not using their mind for this one thing. And this is also when they thrive at something else. So they can be thriving in sports, they can be thriving in music, they could be thriving in art. They could be thriving in other sorts of things in life, and we say that if they are thriving there, why not in classroom? Why not with reading, writing? What happens when they are able to tell us things orally? When we talk about curriculum, when we are talking about concepts, they can be explaining us the concepts at length orally. When we hear answers from them, they are able to tell us quite fine, but moment they come to paper and pencil, they are not able to write it. Either their handwriting is not good enough, we are not able to read what they are writing, and that's when we come up with the laziness theory. When we say you are lazy when it comes to writing, you are not paying attention. So for us to understand that when we are looking at a brain which has learning disability, it is not about language. Their language is good. They understand language fine. When it comes to understanding concepts or problem solving, they are able to grasp all of it, but in a normal talking style. When it comes to printing, writing, spelling, reading, that's when the brain is getting confused. So the areas of our brain that are used for language and understanding is different, and areas of brain that are used for reading and writing are different. And what we know from science and research is that's the area that processes sounds, print, are the areas that have some deficits, and it's not the overall understanding and language. And a lot of time we've met children who had struggled in school, later in life They are doing so well in life that we say, what happened to you in school? And they turn around and said, you did not understand me right, ma'am. Had you understood me right, you would know that I was smart for life. I was just not able to do the reading and writing. And that is where we also need to remember that now we have so much technology that can support our students so well. Education boards are also able to now understand and give accommodations to our students. So if a student can speak well, we say have a scribe for the student, have someone else write their answers because they know the answers. What in exams we are trying to do is we want to test their knowledge. We want to see whether they've learned enough or not. So if they're not able to write and show their knowledge, they will say somebody else will write the exam for them. When we are saying somebody else will write the exam for them, remember this, somebody else is not helping them with their answer. Somebody is only being a writer for them. So it's almost like they are talking to a machine. Machine will write for them. Right now in India, we are not using technology so much, but we know that speech to text technology is very, very handy when it comes to people talking into a machine, say a mobile phone or a computer system, and the computer system is writing for them. It's as good as using a scribe. We also need to understand that students are sometimes needing more time to think. Then the education boards are able to give them extra time more than the usual, so that they can approach the exam situation in a relaxed manner. They need not be pushed. Also, education boards are able to look at spelling errors which can be ignored. So students need to show us mastery of the curriculum. They may not be writing all correct spellings, and education boards are accommodative enough to say spelling errors do not count. You show me what you've learned, you show me your problem solving, that's what I am interested in. So because we have so many accommodations and education system is now able to give us so more, so we as parents and teachers need to remember this, that we need to get away with the stigma of learning disability or dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. We need to see how the student can learn the curriculum. Can they master the curriculum? What is going to be the modality in which they are going to express their mastery? We give them the modality and let them thrive and have the confidence that they can do academics. Academics is not such a big deal. They need not grow up thinking they are not smart enough. Let them know that they are smart enough and they can do anything that they set their mind on. So let's support our children with learning disabilities do better at school.